E.H. Demeter is going to be one of 32 authors at the Fall Book Festival. We've got around 50 genres, depending on who's coming, who's going, and what's going on. Around 50 genres, about 150 different book titles, and we have authors from 9 different states that are going to be there.
That's crazy. That's
So
really cool.
I'm so excited. I
Yeah.
absolutely love all this stuff that's going on, and we're going to be at the most adorable venue, the historic Greer Depot. So tell us what books you're going to be bringing to us.
Okay. So I am going to be bringing 4 books with me. Um, my latest release, and then, just the others that I have out, if that makes sense.
And those will
Um,
be, let's see those book covers.
yeah. So my latest release is called Bound in Stone. It's
Ooh.
my first foray into monster romance, so I'm really excited about it.
Hmm.
Um, it follows Astra, who is a witch, and it opens with her dealing with the recent loss of her mother, um, and just trying to like figure out her new life because
Mhm.
she and her mom were very, very close. Um, and then she gets attacked, and the stone gargoyle that has been on top of her house her whole life comes to life and rescues her.
Ooh.
Yeah. So they kind of have to work together to figure out everything that's going on. It's spicy, it's
Ooh.
sweet, it's fun. Astra's a fun character.
Spicy
Uh,
and sweet. I love
yeah.
it.
I like my spice with a little bit of sweet. So yeah. But it's a lot of fun, and like I said, it's my first foray into monster romance. I've wanted to do it for a while, and um so yeah, I think it's a really fun story. And I've got more planned for that series. It's not really like a book one, book two kind of thing, but
Okay, so it's kind of like in a series of books, but you can read them in any order.
yeah, it's a series of standalones. They'll be able to be read in any order. But yeah, so that just came out in August actually, so it's like
Ooh,
fresh.
it's a nice new book. We like new
Yeah,
books.
yeah. Um, and then I guess I should have started off by saying I'm a multi-genre author.
Hmm.
I'm very much a mood author. I write whatever my brain decides. Um, and so the other book I will have with me is Water. And this is the first in a planned series of 4 books. This is a paranormal witchy romance, and it follows Nora, who gets a phone call on her 21st birthday and finds out she's adopted. And the phone call is from her birth mother, inviting her to come to Shell Island and meet her. Um, and so Nora does. She goes, and from the moment she steps onto the island, really weird, crazy things start happening. So there's a little bit of a mystery. There's some romance. There's a sexy librarian, everyone's favorite.
Oh,
Um,
the spice is coming in.
yeah, yeah. So there's that. And like I said, it's first in a 4 book series. So um, I'm hoping to have book 2 done soon.
I understand the dilemma.
Yeah. um, and then the other 2 books that I'll have with me are again a series of standalones.
Hmm.
Um, but these are actually um, it's set in a fictional town in South Carolina called Haven. And they're like sweet country romances is what they
Okay.
are. So um, a reader coined them as the steamiest book with nothing on page that you'll read. So
Steamy but closed door. Got it.
Yes, yeah, steamy but closed door. There's a lot of tension. But like the most you'll get out of them is like a kiss.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but so Second Chance is the first one that I wrote in the Haven series, and it follows Sabrina, who is returning back to South Carolina after um, her husband passed away. Um, and it's again another kind of learning how to live with grief,
Mm-hmm.
learning to live again after losing somebody that you care about. And she ends up meeting, she ends up running back into somebody from her past,
Oh.
and you know, sparks fly. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And then the last one that I will have with me is called Lemon's Sorbet Disaster. Um, and it follows Lemon, who comes to Haven after she gets a letter from her great uncle who has passed away, um, who left her his property in South Carolina. But in order for her to get the property, she has to live there for a year.
Ah.
Yeah. Um, and so she goes to check it out and everything. And part of the property that he left her was an ice cream shop. And so she goes to check that out and runs into the very grumpy store manager who does not want her there.
Of course not.
Yeah. So it's kind of a rivals to lovers.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's fun. It's very short. She's very short. She's a quick, easy read.
Quick,
Um,
easy reads. We like those.
yeah. But yeah, so that's what I have on offer right now.
So when do you predict your next book will come out? I know you just had one come out in August.
Mm.
So what?
Um, I don't know.
Okay.
Like ideally, right now where I'm sitting at, ideally I would like to finish book two in my witchy paranormal series.
Hmm.
Um, and then my current goal is to have that come out by next fall.
Oh,
Is
okay.
what I would really like. But I'm a perfectionist, and so I want to make I like to make sure that everything is
Mm-hmm.
as good as I can get it before I do.
Yeah.
I'm not one that rushes to publish.
So you self-publish then?
I do, yes.
Okay. What made you go in the direction of self-publishing? Is it because you are a perfectionist and you want to take
Yeah,
your
yeah. I'm a perfectionist and a control freak, um, and I did query for about a year,
time?
and I don't have any patience for that. I just
Hmm.
don't.
Okay.
I don't have patience for that. So I did the thing. I queried for a year, and then I was like, you know what? I don't need somebody else to tell me if I'm good enough. um,
That's true.
so yeah. So I just researched and figured it out and did it all on my own. But yeah, that was kind of my the catalyst for me publishing on my own was mostly because I didn't want to wait.
Hmm.
Like I didn't want to wait for to get an agent and then for them to do all the things that they had to do, and so yeah.
I totally understand that.
Yeah.
I'm too much of a control freak to wait for
Yeah,
that.
exactly. Like, well, and when I was like researching it and they were like, the editor can tell you to change things, and I'm like, that's not going to work for me.
Only if it's punctuation
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I mean, don't
or
get me
a
wrong.
typo or
Don't get me wrong. Like, if there is
yeah,
something clearly not working,
right.
I listen to my alpha readers. I listen to my editor. Like, I
Hmm.
will, but like, I'm not changing my story structure
Yeah.
because that's mine.
Well, and that's the thing that you risk when you go with even a small publisher
Yeah.
is that they may go, "Oh, this has really good bones, but,"
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
like, no.
Exactly. Like, that's your opinion.
Exactly. So, who does your covers? Do you do your covers or do you have someone else do them?
I do. I do all my covers. I do my formatting. I do all the interior design. Um, the only thing I don't do is edit for myself because I can't be trusted. I send that to somebody else.
I completely agree. I send it to, and it amazes me the stuff that she finds.
Yeah.
It's like the typos that she finds. It's like, it's not that it's not a word. It's like her will have will be here,
Yes.
or here
Yeah.
will be her, and it's stuff that spell check isn't gonna pick
No.
up because
No.
it's a word.
It's a word. Or like if there's a word missing that your brain just supplies because you know what
Yes.
it's supposed to say.
Yep, I've had a few of those. Geez, have you been looking at my edits?
I've been doing this for a while, so.
Those are so common though,
Mhm.
and that is exactly why we need someone else looking at that and going, "You missed a word."
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome. So, how did you find your editor?
Um I'm actually kind of unfortunately looking for a new editor, but who I had been working with, we met because I had joined an anthology,
Mm,
um, and she was the editor for the anthology,
okay.
and yeah, and we just hit it off. We're best friends now. She is my best friend, but we hit it off instantly. She loved my writing, and we just kind of kept going.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, but she's unfortunately at a stage in her life right now where she's having to step back from that a little bit. So I'm on
Okay.
the look. I'm on the look for a new one, which makes me really sad.
That's always a hard one, but I do have
Mm,
the lead for you. So,
okay.
um,
Excellent. I will take it.
yeah, one of my best friends is an editor. Not amazingly, not my editor. It's my other best friend that's my editor.
Nice. Nice.
So it's so nice to be surrounded by so many people in the world
Yes.
of words
Yeah.
and that get you, that
No,
get
I
and
agree. I think community is a really important thing. I have a couple of writing groups that I adore. I love them so much. Like that, like because writing can be so isolating.
hmm
Um, because it really is such an isolating job, and so I strongly recommend find a community and get into a community as quick as you can, but all like make sure that you vibe with them really well. Like,
oh, that is so important. Is that
mhm.
sometimes it's just not a good fit.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
and it's nothing against the group.
nope,
It's just you're not a good fit for them and they're not a good fit for you. So you
yeah,
have to find where your people are and
yes,
where you fit. Um, and that is, we moved from Michigan. So
mhm.
starting over the in-person portion of
Yes,
the group is always fun.
oh yeah,
Find those people, and that's where having an event like this where we've got 32 authors, but they're coming from 9 different states, so
mhm. Yeah,
they're not
yeah,
all going to be able to make it here for in-person events. And
right,
even from around South Carolina, we have quite the variety of locations.
yes,
So even at that, you do want to be close enough to your group that when it's time to do in-person things, that you don't
yeah.
go, oh, I don't want to drive.
Exactly, exactly. That's kind of my problem. Like, my community is strictly online.
Mm,
I've been trying for a couple of years now to get something going locally, and it's really hard. It's hard to get people to commit.
it is.
Yeah.
It is. It is so hard for people to commit.
Yeah.
We do have a few things locally here. I know you're a little bit of a drive, but some things
Mhm.
you might be able to,
Yeah, exactly.
you know. And that's the thing. It's like, how far is too far of a drive? Well, that is so individualized
It is. It really is individual. Yeah.
because, my driving radius, especially when we were up in Michigan, was
Mhm.
pretty much all of Southeast Michigan.
Yeah.
And other people are like, you drove across town for that?
Yeah, exactly. They don't want to go 15 minutes down the road.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
drove that, and they're like, wow. So,
Exactly.
but I've noticed that with where we're located here in the upstate, everything's about 30 to 45 minutes.
Yeah. That's not too bad. It's not terrible.
So yeah, but what got you into writing? Where did that all begin? Where did these stories that you've got
Oh.
going, where did they begin?
Um, so I've always been a writer. I've always been a storyteller, a creative. Like I think I came out of the womb storytelling. My grandfather, yeah, my grandfather was always telling me and my sister stories. Like he would create these stories and tell them to us, and um, I think that definitely created a love of sharing and storytelling for me as well. I've always been very interested in books and reading. I love to read. Um, and so, yeah, I don't, there wasn't ever really a time where I wasn't creating something. Um,
Mhm.
so it's just always been a thing. I've always known that I wanted to be a writer. I wanted to be an author. Um, but yeah, it seems silly, but it's just, it's always been there. It's just like
Yeah.
in my blood. So yeah.
So, what were the inspirations for the stories that you've actually published? For those four books that you've published,
Oh my gosh.
how did those come about?
No idea.
They just popped into my brain, and
They
they.
do. They do. Honestly, like, and my brain is really silly in a way that once I write a book and it's done, it's like it dumps it because like it's like I only have so much memory.
Okay.
And so it's like okay, we're done. We're done with that. But um the very first book I ever wrote, which is not currently available because it's getting a revamp, because it
Okay.
has first book syndrome very badly.
Hmm.
So the very first book I ever wrote, that one came off of a writing prompt from a writing group that I was a part of. I wrote some little random bit off of this writing prompt, and then it just kind of stuck with me. And so then I just, I don't know, I just tried. And it was actually the first thing I'd ever finished. I had a really bad streak of I would get 10 chapters written in something and then just stop. Just could
Mm.
not continue, could not go any further. And
Hmm.
that was the very first thing I'd ever finished. Um, but as for where ideas come from, I mean, anywhere, the wind. Like, um, I do get a lot of inspiration from music. I'm a really musically inclined person.
Hmm.
Not that I can play anything. I'm not instrumentally inclined,
Okay.
but I wish. Um, but I get a lot of inspiration from music. Like I will hear a
Mhm.
song and an idea will pop in my head, and then as cliche as it sounds, dreams. I have dreamed a lot of my books. Like I dream them and I immediately get up and jot everything down that I can remember from the dream. Um, and then that tends to turn into something eventually. And then sometimes it literally just, it's out of nowhere. It's just character explodes in my head and it's like, hey, I'm your new problem.
You get to write about me.
You get to write about me, and some of them are very loud and very insistent. So,
Hmm. Yep.
yeah. So
So, do you outline when these things come to you, or you're a pantser?
I am a straight pantser or discovery writer. Actually fits me better.
Okay.
Um, I I have no idea where things are going. I'm
Hmm.
surprised all of the time. Like I have no idea
Hmm.
until it's on the page, and then I'm like, oh, okay. um, like in my work in progress that I'm working on right now, I had like written out like a paragraph. Um, of like what happens next. And then when I actually sat down to write it, it like went a completely different direction. And I'm like, okay, yeah,
Left turn.
this is why I don't make plans because they don't care. They don't care what I want. They're gonna do what they want. Um, but yeah, I've tried outlining,
Hmm.
and my brain just shuts down. It just doesn't work that way. So
I completely agree with you, and it's always interesting when the pantser tries to outline.
yes, yeah, because it's just a jumble. Like it doesn't make
Yeah.
any sense. It's just and I have diehard outliner friends who are like, you
Hmm.
should this is da da da, and I'm like, okay, but my brain literally doesn't work that way. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that works for you. Um, but yeah,
I love it. So
mm,
you've got one work in progress, and that one is
multiple works in progress.
multiple works in progress. Okay.
Yeah,
Multiple works in progress. The next one
mm,
will come out probably next fall.
that's the goal. Yeah,
That's the
that's the
goal.
goal. I would love to have it done. I would love to have it finished by next summer, and then it can
Okay.
go through editing and everything, and then it would come out next October is what I'm
Ooh.
hoping for. So yeah,
You could
yeah,
have
but
we'll have it for next fall book festival.
yeah, exactly. um,
Awesome.
yeah, but I have multiple works in progress going because my brain has 87,000 tabs open at all
Mhm.
times. So yeah,
And music's playing on one of them, if not two.
exactly, exactly. Getting that weird little ADHD mashup.
Where's the music coming from?
Uh-huh. Mhm.
So you live here in South Carolina.
Yes.
Are you originally from South Carolina, or where are you originally from?
Originally, I'm from Oregon.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I was
And
born in Oregon. I'm sorry, go ahead.
what brought you this direction? Because that's the other end of
uh,
the continent of the US.
yeah. So I got here via Oklahoma, Arkansas. And then, um,
Okay.
yeah, so I lived in Oregon until I was about 11, and
Mhm.
then did a short stint in Oklahoma, and then we moved to Arkansas, and I was there until 2007, and then we moved here. Um, I met my husband, and his parents are originally from South Carolina,
Mhm.
and so we moved out here for better opportunity. We were young, and there was nothing for us in Arkansas at the time. Um, and so we came here in 2007, and so we've been here ever since.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love hearing transplant stories and how people's journeys have gotten them to
Hmm.
wherever they're at, whether they're here in South Carolina or it's,
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
wherever
the same way.
they traverse to. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
and so we're going to have 9 different states represented,
That's so
which is
cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
Because it's not in. when I tell people that we have multiple states, they go, "Oh, Michigan." It's like we actually only have one author coming from Michigan, so
Nice.
I'm not just transplanting the previous book festivals down
Yeah, exactly.
here. um, but yeah, we have such a variety of people, a variety of genres, and I'm just really excited to see everybody come together in one room. We're going to have the gently used and new book drive
Nice.
for Greer Relief, which is the local organization. And we're going to have Sip and Sparkle, which is
Oh,
non alcoholic beverage bar.
nice. I like that.
They do some really cool beverages. And
Nice.
then we're going to have Mini Amore Cafe that has mini pancakes.
Oh, that sounds fun. That sounds like fun. I
I'm like,
love that.
non-alcoholic beverages, mini pancakes, all kinds of fun stuff.
Yeah.
And then we do have the Passport to Reading, which underwent a huge overhaul because it used to be on paper and now
Mhm.
it will be electronic.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was the word I used. No, it wasn't. I can't repeat those words. What I was, because I went and put it together because I found some way too expensive programs, and it's like, yeah, no,
Mm.
I can do this
Mhm.
myself.
Yep.
So I did, but the great thing about the Passport to Reading is that people get entered into a drawing um, for a box of free books. So all of the authors, completely optional, get to donate one or more books, however many
Mhm.
they want. That's up to them. There'll be three boxes, and then as they go around, they get one entry for every author that they visit,
I
and
love
then
that.
they get bonus entries for every book they purchase.
Ooh, I like that. That's a fun incentive. That's a fun incentive.
So not only are you, because previously we just did one entry per person,
Yeah.
when they, but this way I have it set up so that it dumps into a spreadsheet and everybody gets a line item for every author that they visited, and then
Mhm.
they get bonus entries, one bonus entry per book. So the
That's
more
really
books they buy, the more bonus entries they get.
yeah.
So,
That's really
and
cool.
and they don't have to be present to win.
Oh, nice.
So they can be. We'll
Mhm.
we'll do the drawing about 15 minutes before the end of the day, so about quarter to five,
Mhm.
and I'll put everybody's name on a spinning wheel. The Wheel of Names website is my friend.
Yes. Yes. For sure.
And then we'll spin the wheel and three times, and someone will get a box of books. If
That's
they're
cool.
not present, that's the great thing about having this electronic is that I don't have to try and read someone's handwriting.
Yes, exactly.
So,
Exactly.
so they're going to have their email addresses entered in. So if they do win, I can email them and say, "Hey, what's your address? You want a box of books."
That's so
So,
exciting.
but if they're there when we do the drawing, they get to take the box with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the box doesn't have to shut
Yes. Exactly.
because it's not being mailed. USPS makes us, shut the boxes. I don't know what's
I
up
don't
with
understand why.
that. They're picky about how full is, and
They really
I'm
are.
so glad that they have one rate boxes because
Yes.
some
Yeah.
of those have gotten really heavy. So, but hey,
Yeah.
it's always the fun. And so we make it a lot of fun for the authors. We make it fun for the participants, for our readers and visitors. And it's just going to be one beautiful day.
I'm really excited. I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to meeting you in person. So
Yes.
I will see you there. And thank you so much for taking time out of your day to join me.
Oh, yes. Thank you for having me. Thank you for doing this.
I will
I
see you.
appreciate it.
I will see you later.
Okay. Thank you.